What's happening, family? Dr. Joe here. Hope each of you are well and blessed. You see the title, What Do I Do If and or When I Gain the Weight Back? A lot of people have had this issue. A lot of people have gone on diets before, lost weight, gained most of it back. It's always a derailer. It's always an enigma of human beings. And virtually all of us can attest to the fact that we've experienced it in one time or the other. Now, there are a lot of things and a lot of reasons for that, but I want to speak to individuals not only who've come through this process, but individuals who have not come through this process. Maybe you're an individual, you found this page and you found this particular video and you can attest, hey, I've lost weight and I gained it back, and you don't understand why. So what I want to do is I want to tell you what you need to do. And as I give you these tips of what you need to do, give you insight in terms of the human psyche and how and why we think and do the things that we do. The first thing that you need to do, if you gain the weight back, some, all, most, or even more than where you were when you started, because that's happened with people, is you have to redefine and you have to recenter the focus of your why. We all have heard that term, know your why. That means when I'm doing something, I need to know the why behind the what. I know what it is that I'm doing. I'm supposed to be eating this. I'm supposed to be eating that. I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm not supposed to be doing that. But what's the why? What's the impetus? What's the power? Because the why behind the what is what keeps you in the race. That's the key to it. Now, with me, there are three clear, distinct reasons why I continue to live this lifestyle. I want to tell you because I know exactly what they are. First and foremost, because I lead and inspire other people in this health and wellness. I can't do what I do with other people if I don't live this. So it's not that I don't desire things. It's not that I don't want to not work out sometimes or eat what I'm supposed to eat. But when I think of that, it keeps me on track. It keeps me on focus. It keeps me saying, Dr. Joe, how are you going to whip gut and butts into shape if you become one again? That keeps me in the race. You understand what I'm saying? The second why, in terms of what keeps me here, is I want to be here to see our children grow up. I want to give both of my daughters away at their wedding, and I want to be integral parts of not only their lives, but my grandchildren and my future grandchildren. And listen, I could go tomorrow. I could go before this video is over, but I don't want my tongue to dig my grave, and I don't want there to be something that keeps me from manifesting that. That keeps me. But the third reason and third why that I have is I've got so much money invested in custom tailored clothes. No, this is not a flex. I'm not trying to flex and to say this. It's not about that. But real talk, I've invested a ton of money in custom clothes. And you know what? I like to go in my closet and be able to wear anything I want at any given time. All three of those things are important to me. It doesn't matter what you think about my why. It doesn't matter what I think about your why. But the important thing is that you know what your why is. So when you gain the weight back, it's because you've lost focus on what your why was. So you have to recenter that focus and bring that into play to say, this is what I need to do. I know what my why is. The second thing that you need to do if and when you gain the weight back is you need a dedicated time to recapture what it is that you've lost. Meaning what? You need to say to yourself, you know what? I give myself 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I'm eliminated distractions. I'm going to start on this day, and I'm not letting anything stop me. The problem with people is they get so excited and so uncomfortable because they gain weight. You don't like how your clothes fit. You don't like how it is that you look in the mirror and you say to yourself, I'm going to start on tomorrow. And you haven't taken the time to reestablish your why. And you haven't taken the time to really tell yourself, okay, this is when I'm going to start, and I'm going to not stop until I hit my goal. If it's 6 weeks, if it's 8 weeks. Now, while doing that, what you have to understand is there's going to be something that's not going to be ideal for you to do it within that 6 week period, that 8 week period. And that's when we start sabotaging ourselves, say, well, I got a trip coming up. Well, I got a wedding coming up. Well, I got this social event. Listen, if you sit around waiting for the perfect amount of time, you'll never start. You pick the time, you reestablish your why, and you tell yourself, no matter hook or crook, no matter what I have to do, I'm going to be certain that when I start on this date, that I'm not going to stop until I reach my goal or until this date comes to an end. You have to tell yourself that. The third thing that you need to do if you find yourself gaining the weight back after you reestablish your why, 2, after you dedicate a time to finish and to achieve your goal. 3, you have to have some measurement of accountability. Do something. Go to your Facebook page and tell the whole world, hey, for the next 2 weeks, for the next 8 weeks, for the next 6 weeks, I'm going to be losing weight. I'm going to be working on myself. You need the potential of failure that you put out there, because there's something about people watching me makes you want to do what you need to do in order that you don't fail. People watching you can be that form of accountability. You need some type of measurement of accountability. If it's not something on Facebook or it's not something on Instagram, have friends that you tell about, have your family members, have your husband, your wife, have individuals around you that hold you accountable to what it is that you say you want to do. Now, the way I do this is I know that as I'm leading people, I have to lead by example. That's a great intrinsic way for me to continuously have accountability in my life, because people are looking towards me. And not only are they looking towards me, but people are depending for me to have the answers. Not that people are expecting me to be perfect, but people are expecting me to embody this lifestyle that I'm teaching them. Why else would they want to follow me if I have not been able to go from 330 pounds to where I am right now? But the best part, what makes me so effective at this is I'm still not where I want to be. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not some dude that if I took off my shirt, I look like I'm on the cover of a magazine or no, I'm far from perfect. I'm just like you. I've just started my journey a few days before you did. That's it. That's why I'm so good at it, because I know what everybody feels. I know where you are. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So I'm still a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. But let me tell you something. Life is so much better where I am now than where it was when I started. So to those of you who've gained the weight back, for those of you who've fallen off, suck it up, man. Get off your soapbox. Reclaim, redefine your why. Establish a time where you start and don't stop until you get there, and implement some element of accountability. All right. And hey, at the end of the day, the first step is to do something. So I want to challenge each of you to do that. Hope each of you are well and blessed. Till the next time and to the next one. We'll see you then. Peace.